I go by the impact that they have not only on me, but several others. There's several others untold stories out there that I know of that are not out there yet, because there's so much influence that Pastor Brian and Bobby have had, not just with my story, but with thousands and thousands of people across the globe. I know you've made a lot of impact in other people's lives and still have yet to hear those stories. My mom accepted Christ through going through an Assemblies of God school, which was the closest school from where they lived back in Fiji. And so that was the only school that she could go to. So that's where she heard the message for the first time and accepted Christ into her life. And also my grandparents are believers now because of her. And so, and then my dad identifies as a Hindu. And so it was greatly through my mom's influence that my sister and I were taken to church every Sunday, go to Sunday school, go to Wednesday night youth group. But I never really understood it. It was a very traditional church. And I never really understood what faith was all about. And it wasn't until I had that college experience, living outside of the home, is where I explored the world a little bit, explored the pleasures of the world, try to get satisfaction in other things outside of faith. But then I realized I felt a hole in my heart. There was something missing. Even though I was enjoying having the time of my life in college, I realized something was missing, and that was because I was not pursuing God. And so I went to Hillsong Conference back in 2016, and I was truly blown away. It completely changed the trajectory of my life. I would say I was about to step in a brand new leadership role at that time. I was fresh out of college, and I was a little bit lost in my faith. And I needed that type of experience to truly encounter God. And that was through not only the worship, but the messages that were at that conference. Not only from Pastor Brian and Bobby, but also the people that they surround themselves with. They brought in amazing, stellar speakers from all across the country. And it was the first time that I heard messages outside of the church that I grew up in. And one of the things that Pastor Brian, always throughout kind of my journey of leadership so far, any message that I would hear, it would always encourage me to continue. Yes, it might be difficult. Leadership is not easy. That's one thing I realized through him, is he was very open and transparent about his own leadership journey as well, and the challenges that he has had as a leader, and saying that, that leadership path is not going to be easy, and you are going to have times when you doubt yourself, but keep going, lean into your faith, lean on God. And I think that's what I continue to do, is having that positive voice in my ears, or I would watch his messages throughout the week. And it's amazing that you both, Pastor Brian and Bobby, have continued to have that drive to start Jesus Followers TV, and you have the opportunity to hear more stories and the impact that you've had, and have closer proximity with people all across the globe that want to help and surround you and helping you in this new ministry.